Welcome to Facts or Fiction, where we go over history events from the strange to the unbelievable. You can fill your need of history here. Today, we are talking about 5 of the strangest events in history. Enjoy the video. Number 1. The Green Children. Sometime during the 12th century, possibly sometime between 1135 to 1154, in the small village of Woolpit, England, a story emerged that baffled historians and folklorists for centuries. 2 children with green skin appeared out of nowhere. Where did they come from? What secrets do they hold? According to legend, during the reign of King Stephen, villagers were working in the fields next to the wolf pits, which is how the village got its name. Suddenly, 2 children, a brother and sister, appeared from the forest. The children were dressed in strange clothing and spoke an unknown language, but the most unusual was their green skin. The villagers took the children to the home of Sir Richard de Calne, where they were offered food. However, they refused to eat anything for 7 days until they came across some raw beans. Over time, they adapted to normal food and lost their green color. The boy, unfortunately, became sick and died shortly after, but the girl survived and was thriving. As the girl grew up and learned English, she had an extraordinary story to tell. She claimed that her and her brother came from a land called St. Martin's Land, where everything was green and where there was constant darkness. She described how they were herding cattle for their father, when all of a sudden they heard a loud noise and found themselves in the wolf pit. It is said that the girl was a servant for many years in the house of Richard de Calne. She eventually married a man from King's Lynn, about 40 miles from Woolpit. Based on research, it is concluded that the girl married a royal official and was given the name of Agnes. The story has started many theories and speculations. It is suggested that they were aliens or visitors from a parallel universe. Others say the green skin is due to chlorosis, an anemia caused by a poor diet. Another theory suggests that they were Flemish immigrants that were displaced during the political unrest, which explains the language and strange clothes. This is one of the most widely accepted theories today. Despite the many theories, the true origin of the Green Children remains a mystery. Their story has become part of English folklore, inspiring many books, plays, and debates. To this day, Woolpit celebrates its unique heritage with reminders of this strange legend. Where do you think they came from? Comment below. Number 2. Beast of Gévaudan. In the mid-1700s, the province of Gévaudan in France was plagued by a horrifying creature that made the villagers live in fear. This beast was responsible for a series of attacks that took the lives of over 100 people and left many injured. Let's uncover the mystery. The terror began in 1764, when a woman who was tending to cattle saw a beast like a wolf, but not a wolf, come at her. Shortly after, the beast's first victim, a young woman named Jeanne Boulet, was found mauled near Longogne. Witnesses described the attacker as a wolf-like creature with reddish fur, a large head, and a dark stripe down its back. The beast would often strike in daylight. The growing panic prompted King Louis to send hunters and soldiers to track down and slay the beast. Local hunters also joined the search. It was only when François Antoine led the search that the beast was slayed, so they thought. A woman, named the Maid of Gévaudan, speared the beast. The beast then ran off into the woods. Later on, Antoine slayed a large grey wolf that was later recognized as the Beats by several survivors, but shortly after Antoine left, the attacks started again. In June of 1767, Jean Chastel, a local farmer and hunter, started another hunt with a silver bullet-loaded musket. According to legend, he spotted the beast, then began praying before taking aim. He successfully hit the beast, taking it down. The creature was killed and attacks stopped. Was Chastel the true hero? The mysterious nature of the beast caused many speculations, ranging from a giant wolf or a wolf-dog hybrid to an escaped exotic animal like a hyena. There was even some talk about the supernatural. Some claimed the beast was even a werewolf or a cursed creature from a different world. This story has left a lasting legacy. It's the inspiration behind many books, films, and even theories about cryptids and the supernatural. Today, this eerie chapter of history is remembered with museums and monuments. But despite all research, the true identity of the beast remains a mystery. Number 3. The Phantom Time. In a world of historical conspiracies, the phantom time hypothesis stands out as one of the most intriguing. Proposed by historian Heribert Illig in the 90s, this theory states that the period from 614 to 911 AD was made up and added to the calendar. But how could such a big piece of time be a lie? Heribert's ideas came from some flaws he noticed in historical records and the adoption of the Gregorian calendar. According to Illig, there were inconsistencies in the dating of historical events and artifacts. He said that the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and the Byzantine Emperor lied about 297 years to place themselves at the year of 1000 AD. Illig had several pieces of evidence to support his hypothesis. He noted a lack of archaeological evidence and distinctive architectural advancements from this period. He also noted anomalies in astronomical observations, like the misalignment of solar eclipses that didn't match the historical timeline. The phantom time theory has faced significant criticism and skepticism from historians and scientists. Critics say that the theory overlooks archaeological and historical evidence from the 7th to the 10th centuries. They point to documented events, such as the rise of Islam, the establishment of the Carolingian Empire, and Viking expeditions. All of these fall within the phantom time period. It is said that many important events in history occurred during the alleged phantom years. Charlemagne's reign, which is a crucial period in European history, falls within this time frame. Viking expeditions and raids which helped shape Europe also happened during these years. Also, the rise of Islam reshaped the geopolitical landscape during this time. This hypothesis has found a following amongst conspiracy theorists and has even made its way into pop culture. It raises many questions about how we perceive history and the reliability of historical records. While many historians dismiss this theory, it continues to spark curiosity. So did 300 years of history never really happen? Or is the theory flawed? Comment down below your thoughts. Number 4. The Great Moon Hoax. In August of 1835, a series of articles in a New York newspaper, The Sun, claimed that life had been discovered on the moon. These reports, filled with descriptions and illustrations, captured the imagination of readers and sparked excitement. But as it turned out, it was all a hoax. The Great Moon Hoax began on August 25th of 1835, when The Sun published the first of 6 articles that were reprinted from the Edinburgh Journal of Science. Supposedly written by fictional Dr. Andrew Grant, a colleague of the astronomer Sir John Herschel, the articles talked about discoveries made with a powerful telescope at the Cape of Good Hope. The articles described many incredible features on the surface of the moon. There were vast forests, crystal-clear lakes, and even bizarre animals like unicorns, bipedal beavers, and even bat-like humans that were named Verspatilio Homo. These beings were pictured as living in advanced societies, complete with structures including temples. These articles caused a media frenzy. People were thrilled about the possibility of life on the moon. The newspaper's circulation soared as people awaited the new installment. Other newspapers and journals reprinted the stories, spreading the excitement. However, not everyone was convinced. As scientists examined the claims, they began to ask questions about the authenticity. Eventually, the lack of evidence and the nature of the discoveries led to many being skeptical. It became clear that the articles were a made-up story concocted to boost the Sun's sales and entertain the public. The mastermind behind the hoax was Richard Adams Locke, a journalist for The Sun. While Dr. Grant and John Herschel had no part in the deception, Locke's imagination and writing skills brought the hoax to life. It is said that Locke had help, but there is not enough evidence to prove that. Even Herschel found the story amusing and was amazed by the creativity. The Great Moon Hoax highlighted the power of the media and the public's fascination with space and extraterrestrial life. Even today, the story serves as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking. It also paved the way for science fiction and inspired many writers. Number 5. The Dyatlov Pass incident. In January of 1959, 9 Soviet hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, went on an expedition in the Ural Mountains. Their goal was to reach Otorten, a mountain in northern Urals. But what should have been a routine trek turned into a confusing mystery when they never returned. When the hikers never returned, a search party was launched. On February 26th, rescuers found the hikers' tent on the slopes of Dead Mountain. The tent was found torn open from the inside, with the hikers' belongings still inside, suggesting that they had fled in a hurry. After 500 meters, snow covered the hikers' tracks. Over the next few months, their bodies were discovered, some further away from the tent than others. Some were partially dressed and others had severe injuries. The first 2 were found near a tree line, with nothing but underwear on. As the search continued, more bodies were found. Some had traumatic injuries that weren't easily explainable. Autopsies revealed some conflicting details. Some of the hikers had fractured skulls and broken ribs, while others showed extreme internal trauma with no external wounds. One hiker was even missing parts of her face. The official cause of death was hypothermia, but the strange injuries and the way their bodies were left investigators confused. Over the years, there have been many theories. Some suggest an avalanche caused the hikers to flee in a panic, resulting in their injuries. Others say they encountered a secret military test or were attacked by the Mansi people. Other theories involve the paranormal or UFO. In recent years, the Russian government reopened the case. The conclusion was that the avalanche was the most likely cause. However, many are still unconvinced, saying that the evidence doesn't fully support this explanation. The Dyatlov Pass incident continues to baffle researchers and enthusiasts to this day. There is many books and films made about this incident. It serves as a reminder of the unpredictability of nature. And that's some of the strangest events in history. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, comment and share to your friends. What was your favorite? Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.